Sucio Talked, episode number 152. Studio Oakland. How you doing, Chef? What's up?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Chef, I'm doing good. Jeremy.
That's the one.
The one and only. So we're talking a little bit, give a little background. We know each other from Truffle Shuffle, working with Tyler and Jason over there doing events, and he specializes in pastry. Pastry chef out here. Yeah. Got a beautiful mustache on him.
Ooh, it's brand new.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you told me it was born in November.
Born in November.
What's its name? Does it have a name yet? Have you named it?
I don't know. Pistachio came to my head.
Pistachio. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. We'll see if that sticks.
There you go.
We'll see if the mustache sticks.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So we met a while back, and you have just blown me away with where you're at, right now versus when I met you. I think you fucking just went in there and took what's yours, and now like you're on this, traction and all this shit that you got, and it's crazy.
It's like a very different place than where I thought I was going to be 3 years from today, and it's amazing.
What was your goal when you were younger? Was this your goal always?
It was like the big dream. Like as a kid, I would be cooking in the kitchen and I would narrate cooking shows and like be like, oh yeah, now we're going to chop this onion and blah, 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 and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but that's not the profession for me. I'm never going to make it in the chef world. I'm not like a hardened person in that way. I thought I was too soft.
Right.
And then went to school for marketing and was like, okay, business world, that's where I'll be. One day I'll open a bakery.
Yeah.
Like I know business, I can understand business, and then a bakery will come from there. And then,
took another approach to it.
Yeah.
And now you're where you want to be, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's like the little steps in the right direction that take you where you want to be.
Right.
It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember the first dinner you took me on.
Yeah,
I was scared shitless.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, look, Jeremy, there's certain times of this night where it's going to get a little hairy. Don't worry. Service is service. We're going to be okay.
Yeah. And my job getting there was put the things in the box, check it off the list.
Yeah.
And then,
That was a wild experience. First pop-up I ever did, and no kitchen. And I'm starting to realize that that's more and more common everywhere. People are doing pop-ups with no infrastructure whatsoever, like a couple of induction burners and go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Figure it out as you go. I did one with Tucker, and we were in a little kitchen. It had like a 2-burner stove.
Yeah.
We brought our few inductions and just prep away and see what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it's crazy. Food is such a beautiful thing in the terms of like, when you're telling a story with it, even if the kitchen's not perfect, you can tell that story still and share it and make it happen. Yeah.
I think it's all about the struggles to get to the end. And sometimes I think, because things go wrong every day in the kitchen for some reason, there's never like the perfect day, right? And so it's a constant challenge. And you're humbled all the time because like you'll be on this good trajectory and then one day you'll like burn something dumb and you're like, what? Like, what was that? I should quit.
Oh, yeah. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Let's take it so hard.
I don't want to do this ever again.
Yeah. And then you pick yourself up off the ground and you do it. You do it again.
But there's this like fiery energy in it.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's what I got addicted to at Truffle Shuffle is just that energy of like, oh, we're
always behind.
Like, I got to go. I got to make this happen. And it's cool to see things come together in that way.
Right. Yeah. Deadlines. A lot different from marketing school, I gather.
Oh, yeah. So different.
What is marketing like university like? Like, what are the classes like?
So I took like accounting, marketing, consumer information. So like learning about people and how to communicate with people.
Right.
And like there was digital marketing classes that I took. But the coolest thing I did was there was one semester they had us run a business.
Yeah.
And they had us like create a pitch deck, pitch them, and create like a business. And they gave us a loan and everything. And I ran a grilled cheese stand with a few other students.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of grilled cheese? Just one or two kinds? Or
we had like 5 kinds. We had like the Southerner, which was like pulled pork and grilled cheese. We did one with jalapeno and bacon. I wanted to do a butt witch sandwich, which was all of our scraps, so it was ask us about and
Ooh.
my marketing scheme was ask us about our butts, and
Mhm.
it was the butts of the bread, 1 slice of cheese for, like, 50 cents,
Yeah,
but,
that's dope.
my school was pretty, like,
Right.
very conservative, so
Mhm.
they were like, "No,
No, we're not doing that.
that's you can't ask about butts."
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, "Jeremy, you're gonna have to go down to the principal's office," and everybody's like,
Yeah, I got a few
"Ooh."
slaps on the wrists,
Right.
but, it was good.
Okay, where was that school?
It was in Idaho. I went to BYU, Idaho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. So not a party school.
No,
Okay,
no.
so what does a not party school do on the weekends?
Stupid shit. Like,
Right.
we were in the country, so there was nights that we'd go out to, like, the sand dunes and just, like, jump off the dunes,
Mhm.
take, like, sleds and sled on the dunes. Or, like, I went to a party once where we were doing fire jump rope, where you soak a huge rope in gasoline, and then you're, like, spinning that around, jumping
What
through the
the
jump rope.
fuck?
Yeah, crazy country ass shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
not who I am at all, but it
Right.
was
But
a
hey,
good
while you're
experience.
there, you know?
Yeah, but then it's also really beautiful because 'cause you're in the middle of nowhere, so there
Mhm.
was this, like, hot spring that we'd go up to and just float in the
Okay.
hot springs
Okay.
and
There you
yeah,
go.
and they're just looking over the mountains.
The snowy mountains. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the best
yeah,
shit.
yeah, so something spectacular about that. But, like, during that whole time that I was there, I was like, I still love food, and I was working in a bakery in the summers,
Mhm.
and so doing cake decorating, tea service, and all sorts of things of that nature, and that's where I really started, like, loving food more than I had before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it. Hell yeah.
yeah,
Fucking Idaho.
yeah, I don't recommend.
Don't recommend it. Yeah. How many years did you do?
I was there for 4 years.
Okay, you did
Yeah,
all 4 years.
I did
Got
all
you.
4 years there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, here on Sucio Talk, we take it all the way back. Where were you born?
I was born in the Bay Area.
Born in the Bay Area. Where?
Yeah, in Fremont.
Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Pacifica, but I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
I love
know.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No, Fremont,
Fremont.
really
Okay, dope.
suburban
Yeah,
area. Yeah.
it's a small little quaint town.
Oh, it was a cute little
Uh,
spot.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And so born and raised
yeah.
there. What were your interests when you were young?
Um, I loved, like, science
Mhm.
and art and cooking. They were, like, my big 3 interests,
Uh-huh.
and so, like, I had, like, a chemistry set, and I would take
Mm.
things and just add in the chemistry set
Right,
and,
right,
like,
right.
make little things explode and all sorts of shit. Like, baking soda and vinegar, when I discovered that, I was like, "My life has changed forever."
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. So always messing around with chemicals,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a baker, same thing.
yeah.
Crazy. And so what did your parents do while you're growing up?
Um, my mom's a massage therapist. She
Okay.
was when I was, like, in high school, she started doing massage therapy.
Do you get massages from your mom
Yes.
because, like, she's training?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing. She would practice on us so much, and,
Yeah.
like, still, when the family gets together, she's like, "Okay, who needs a massage? Let me give you a massage," and it's the
Oh,
best
that's
in the
dope.
world. Yeah.
Yeah, she must be good because a lot of, uh a lot of massage therapists that I know are like, "I don't wanna do it, my hands hurt." But then you hear from other massage therapists, like, if their hands hurt, they're doing it wrong. And I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah,
okay."
I've
But I don't know.
she's never complained. She's
Right.
like, "I just am happy to be helping people."
Right, right.
And, like, her big thing is, "How can I help people heal more?" And,
Yeah.
like so she learned a lot about diet and nutrition to go along with it, because she's
Mhm.
massaging people, trying to help them, but also like, "Hey, if you try this dietarily, maybe it's gonna help this other issue you're having."
Right, like creating a plan
Yeah.
for them and okay,
Yeah.
got you. So it's a little bit above just doing the normal.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
she really wants people to, like, feel healed, and it's cool.
Mhm. Alright, dope.
Yeah.
And, dad?
My dad was in tech sales. I don't really know or understand any of
Right,
it, but dad would go
right.
to work and
Come back at 4,
Yeah,
I don't
come
know.
back, yeah. It sounds like he had a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never not
yeah.
much of a is he very sentimental man, or is he, like, hard to do
Oh,
you guys
no,
get along? You guys
sentimental,
just
we
like
get along.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he is, like, very much a family man,
Right,
and,
right,
like,
right, right.
everything in his life is, like, geared towards how can I take care of my family and help my
Okay,
family,
got it.
and just,
Old
like
school,
yeah, really
you
old
know?
school. Yeah,
Now
so
n
it's good.
nowadays, you got a lot of deadbeat dads out there,
Oh.
sadly.
Mhm.
Someone will come by and raise them. That's what I always say.
Oh, yeah.
So your parents, siblings?
Yeah, 3 siblings, 2
God
older.
damn.
I know, we're a big Mormon
Yeah,
family.
yeah. Dope. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But,
Mormons
yeah,
up.
it's great. Like, my older siblings, I always wanted to be an only child, so I was a terror as a kid, and,
You're not the oldest?
I'm the 3rd.
You're the third.
And I was like,
And you wanna be only.
yeah, can we just
Can we just
rid of
get rid of all the
yeah,
other
I'm
ones?
the child
So
that
you
you
were
need.
truly like Stewie in Family Guy,
Mhm.
always trying to
Yeah.
like, okay, scheming, scheming.
Yeah.
What do your siblings do now?
My older brother is in, like, home design, so he
Mhm.
works on the design for, like from a structural side.
Okay.
My sister's financial advisor at Merrill Lynch, and then my younger sister is doing recreational therapy, so helping people who have little issues with their body
Yeah.
get back into, like, sports and different things.
Dope. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a hodgepodge of different things. Yeah.
Just this right
Oh, yeah.
here.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
them
yeah. I
angles.
get the angles, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, first job.
First job, it was at oh, like, first was with my
Yeah.
grandpa,
Okay.
and I was gardening,
Yeah.
and I,
Is he a
like
hard dude? Was he like, "Let's go, motherfucker"?
no,
Oh,
he was, like, the
right.
softest, like he he gardened at this place, and he
Yeah.
would chat with all the people, like, I would be gardening, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to so and so, I gotta go talk to so and so," just a very social guy, and,
Mhm.
like, wanted to instill me with a work ethic at a young age. And so at one point in my life, I was like, I want a computer and
Mhm.
I'm going to get a computer. So I went and gardened for hours and hours and hours with him to get
Mhm.
my computer.
Right.
And at the end, I was like, I'm so happy I got my computer. I never want to garden again. But
What kind of computer did you get?
I got a Mac.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was this?
Oh, 2011. 2011.
2011. So you
Yeah.
got your Mac, and it's like the dopest shit ever. Were you like the
Oh,
coolest kid on the block
I
or
was
what?
like, I am hot shit
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. Yeah, my brother-in-law had, like, had one and I played on it and I was like, "Oh, this is the one."
Right.
Yeah.
So you've been
Yeah.
a Mac guy ever since they sucked you in.
Yeah. It's terrible. They
Gotcha.
got me in everything, you know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they make it so easy. You
Yeah.
know, they don't make it difficult.
Oh,
So
yeah. I can text on my computer, like
right, right,
yeah.
right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like super everything's synced. I mean, I used to be an Android guy for years. And then I accidentally broke my phone. The only one that I could get was an iPhone.
Oh.
So I switched and I was like, wait a minute. All the apps are optimized for Apple. Like they have
Yeah.
these little details in them that you don't get on the Android.
Whoa.
And it's just like nobody knows that if you don't use both.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's kind of unfair. I'm still partial to the
Yeah.
Android. I like it. But now just got an iPhone 15.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, and I'm driving in San Francisco, and they're like Euphoria, and I'm like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I see yeah, I see the oh, same thing. I'm like, "Ooh,
Yeah, it's
yeah."
like you got the Tesla now. I'm sure it's
Oh.
like, yeah, I'm sure you're
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
looking at
they're
people use gas, and you're like,
a fuel.
yeah,
What are we in the coal age?
exactly.
Yeah.
How does Tesla work? Like, how did you buy it? How did
So,
how'd you come about it?
I bought it from someone,
Okay.
and I knew I wanted the performance one,
Mm-hmm.
and they devalue really quickly, so I was like, "If I buy a new one, it's gonna be so much more expensive," so I bought it from someone else,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was super easy. Just messaged them on Facebook Marketplace, took it for a little test drive.
You bought a Tesla on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Super painless too, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
No paperwork, just like pink slip sign,
Yeah, pink
money,
slip,
here you go,
sign,
boom,
take it to
done.
DMV.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
And what was your most favorite thing about when you got in your Tesla for like the first week, you were driving it?
It was like I just bought my adult car.
Right,
Like,
right. You're like, I'm here.
I somehow managed to do this. I don't know who thought it was okay to
Yeah.
to give me enough money to do this for myself, but, like, I managed to make it happen.
Hmm.
It was a big, like, wow.
Yeah.
Not that I made it, like,
Right.
life still doesn't make any fucking sense, but it was, like, one of those, like, confidence building things where I'm like, "Okay, I
Yeah.
did something.
Right.
Something right happened here," and yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah, and it's just crazy, and then I get to press the gas pedal, and I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that thing goes 0 to 60 in like a second, 2 seconds or something like that?
2.3 or
2.3
3
seconds, yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Insane. So yeah, you have so much power under the hood. You see all these other cars, like all these you know, Camaros and all these sports cars, and you're like, I will kick your lily ass, son.
Yeah, watch the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. Dude, those cars are crazy. How about the truck? You like the truck?
I think it's fucking insane.
I love it.
It's a centerpiece. It's an eyepiece.
One of our neighbors has one, and I'm out there all day, every day. Like, damn, I hope I bump into him because I'm gonna be like, yo, give me a ride in this.
Yeah, let me
thing,
try
son.
it out. Yeah. I've seen one on the streets, but I want to go and like investigate further because like, this thing is like angular.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like I think we're also attracted to it because we're attracted to the kitchen, and it's like stainless steel. Like it looks like
So
a walk-in, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, damn,
Like,
a
wow,
mobile walk-in.
I can just cook right on this. Yeah.
Dude, if they figure out a way to refrigerate the trunk, you got a catering motherfucking vehicle.
Wow.
Like, right?
Endless opportunities.
Blowing the mind, son.
And
Put
they got
some Freon in it.
They got that cover going on.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
what I'm saying.
use that as your workplace. Yeah.
You can have the heat blasting inside and still keep the shit cold in the back, son. God damn.
You gotta talk to Tesla.
Yes.
You're in that realm now.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah.
They don't fucking listen to me. You know? They keep us separate.
Oh.
As always. It's like working in a private chef home, you know.
Yeah.
Like they're always like, but I think good for them because we're a little crazy. So it's better that way.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anybody else chugs champagne from the bottle at like A16Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you're not chugging champagne from a bottle, I think that's
what are you doing?
Problem. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Do you use the self-driving thing on the Tesla?
Yeah.
How does that work?
You just put it in self-drive and then it goes on the freeway.
Do you have to hold the steering wheel?
I hold the steering wheel, and then if I put it in one mode, it has a camera that like watches me, and it knows if I'm like fucking around on my phone or like distracted.
And it'll say like,
and it'll be like, "Hey, pay the fuck attention."
Right.
Yeah. But
Crazy.
it like goes, it changes lanes. It does really good on the freeway. On city streets, it's like shit.
Right.
It'll be like, oh, I'm turning left. Let me like accelerate to 20 miles an hour on my left turn
and just like swing it around.
Yeah. Okay, we're not trying to peel out going left right here.
I can scare the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah. And like, you're a little close to this other car that's right there. Yeah.
That's how. So how do you pop back from automatic drive? Can you just take over?
I can just take over.
You can just take over.
I press the brakes.
Got it. So it's not like, nope.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. The time has not allotted, sir.
Yeah. No, I take right over. And then it's like, what happened? And I'm like, well, the fuck, you made me merge into someone else.
Yeah. And does it respond to you? Is there like an assistant in the car?
No, it just like records to send feedback to Tesla.
Right.
And it's always like me cursing, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, sorry that my feedback's not really helpful, but you just tried to make me merge into another person, or and I'm like, these poor people are like, just.
Well, I think they see everything, no, because they must have your monitor recorded as well.
I think
like whatever that car, how you see the cars. The crazy thing is that those outside cameras, like, they know what the van is. They know what a truck is. They know what a car is. Like all the different types of. It's nuts, man. That's a crazy ass car.
I don't understand technology that well, but it's so cool.
What was your first car?
A 95 Honda Accord.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Okay. Standard? Automatic?
Automatic.
Okay.
I can't drive manual. Yeah. Never came into my life.
It's all good. Not necessary anymore.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I thought I needed to learn it at one point, and then I was like, I guess not.
I don't need to learn it. Yeah. I think I needed definitely a refresher because it has been like fucking 20 years, but I'd like to get into it again because I want to get like classic cars. Ooh. And I don't want to get the automatic.
No.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's not the fun one that you actually get to like control. So at some point I'll go in there because I want to learn how to race, like for real race.
That's it.
Yeah. You know, I think learning more than just the thing that you're on, like the trajectory that you're on is the best bet. Because you're going to bring inspiration from that side, bring it over to what you're doing, and then influence that positively.
I agree fully. Yeah. Like having hobbies, activities, anything outside of like what you're doing in the day to day is so important. Because like I'll be in the kitchen and I'm like, I just, like, don't feel inspired, I don't feel anything doing this right now, I'm just here because I have to be.
Right.
And then, you know, I throw in, "Oh, let me go take a ceramics class," or, "I'm gonna go climb this wall at a climbing gym," and it's,
Mhm.
like, those moments where you're like, "Okay, life is about so much
Right.
more than just what I'm doing in my professional realm."
Mhm. You gotta, just pick up your head and look around most days, for at least a
Yeah.
couple hours a day.
Oh,
Because I'm
yeah.
working in an office now, and I'm like, "Does anyone go outside?"
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't just be inside all day
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why I always worked at restaurants that had, like, a back door because, like, you could just go outside.
Let me take a peek,
Yeah,
get
let
a
me
walk out.
let
Yeah.
me just go outside for 2 minutes, and then I'll continue with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Um, Crazy.
Oh.
So, I know we keep jumping around here.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
first car, that's a good
Oh,
starting point. First job, you told
first
me.
job, gardening.
Yep, gardening, and then what's the first actual job,
My
like W-2?
My first actual job was at a bakery.
A
So,
bakery, okay.
a little bakery in Fremont,
Yeah, what's it called?
oat cake.
Oh, cake.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and specialties, and so,
Mhm.
uh, it was a lady that I met 'cause my mom got cakes from her when we were growing up,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hey, I love this, I wanna try this out," and went in not really knowing a little bit, but not knowing much. And then just got fully trained on, like, cake decorating, how to build and stack a cake,
Mhm.
and doing tea services. So, like, formal teas, sitting down, and it was so cool. Just
Right.
tea is my favorite thing in the world, like, an afternoon tea is the most special experience,
Mhm.
and there's something magical about it, and seeing it on the back end where we would make all these little finger sandwiches, and, like, she was over the moon where she would do butterfly teas,
Mhm.
where she would release butterflies before the teas, and people would make, like, wishes.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
she, like, bought butterflies from this person, they came to her frozen and, like, taken care of, and then they would come back to life,
When they
and
thaw out, they come back to life?
yeah.
Why can't we do that with human beings?
I don't wanna be frozen. I don't know what the comeback likes for the butterfly,
Yeah.
but if I'm
Oh, you're saying it's probably like
yeah. Oh, I thought I was done.
Yeah. That must be
Oh.
insane.
Oh, I'm like, I'm sure my joints would be,
Yeah.
like, creaking.
What happens to the butterflies, like, die, or what is it?
I
Where
think
do they fly
I
off? They
think
just
they
fly off?
actually go back into life and fly off. So you open them in this little
Yeah.
package, and then everyone would read, like, a little poem, and
Mhm.
then they'd fly off, and then we'd sit down for the butterfly tea, and so it'd be all sorts of butterfly theme like, we'd cut little tea
Yeah.
sandwiches that looked like butterflies, and then you'd
That's
put, like, on their salad little butterfly cutout fruits and
Mhm.
things like that.
Wow. Frozen butterflies.
I know.
Was it easy to break them?
Well, I never saw them when they were, like, frozen.
Right.
They were in these little cardboard packages,
Right.
and so we'd pull them out, like, before the people came. Maybe they weren't frozen, they were refrigerated, I don't really know how it worked,
Mhm.
but we'd pull them out, set them on a plate, and they needed, like, an hour to, like,
Like,
revive,
wake up?
and so
Maybe they
then
were refrigerated and they were dormant.
I think they were
They're
yeah,
just
that
like
sounds more right.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
do
yeah.
you think it is a butterfly, or do you think it's a cocoon that has yet to, like
No, they were full butterflies in there,
Whoa.
and
How
so,
big are they?
like, regular, like
Okay, not like fucking the big ones?
no, no, it was, like, probably a inch and a half
Yeah.
little triangle package that they were in.
Have you ever seen a large butterfly?
No.
That shit is fucking scary.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
they kinda look like bats 'cause they're like,
Oh,
their
I can
wings are
see
so fucking big.
and
You're
their
like
wings are, like, psychedelic
yeah, and
and,
you're like,
like
"Ah!" It's
yeah. I'm not good with bugs.
yeah,
Like,
okay.
yeah, they give me anxiety,
Honestly,
but
in the Bay Area, not bugs aren't really a problem here.
which is fantastic.
Yeah. I think in Napa, you get those, like, weird stink silverfish bugs. They're
Ugh.
weird. They're, like, long, and they come out in the summer, usually to hide from the rain. But here in the Bay, like, I could say there's no ants. There's not a lot of
Oh,
cockroaches here.
we're
I don't
pretty
see
good off.
rats much. Like, maybe
Oh.
San Francisco, different story, but it's not like New York,
Oh, no, no.
where you see them, and
Oh,
they're huge.
terrifying.
Yeah.
In, Utah, they had, like, these huge crickets,
Mhm.
and they made, like, the most annoying chirping sound, but they were, like, this big, and they'd just be, like, laying in the grass. I don't
Oh.
know, I don't think they were crickets actually, but
Yeah.
that's people called them Mormon crickets. And I'm like, "I have no idea what that means," but they were the ugliest, biggest, like, black it
Ooh,
I was not a fan.
just a big hairy bug. They're like
Uh
wet. That's the thing. They look
Oh,
moist.
yeah. Oh, they
That's what
have
I'm
that
saying. They're like
sheen.
that
Yeah.
oil sheen. Yeah, I'm like, who marinated you? God.
No.
God
Oh,
did.
yeah.
God did.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, these lucky critters, yeah.
yeah. So you worked at that baker how long?
I was there off and on for probably 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
And so, I started there right around my freshman year of college.
Mm.
And so I'd work there, and then I'd come back to the Bay Area for summer and work during the summers and then go back home, and then, like, during my holiday breaks, I'd come back and work, and it was amazing.
Mhm.
I loved every second of it.
That's dope.
Yeah, and it was just the first time I'd been given so much responsibility. Because over the years, me and like, it was a small business, so me and my boss developed a really good relationship, and she's, like, one of my favorite mentors. Like, I was just at her house helping her decorate a cake this morning
Right.
because I was like, "Oh, yeah, let me come by,
Yeah, no
help you
problem. I'll
out."
help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, anything for her because
Mhm.
she just helped me so much, and she actually pushed me to go to culinary school.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So truly a mentor.
Yeah, truly a
Yeah.
mentor. She was like, "I see that you love doing this, and, like, I know you're doing business school, but I think you should try this."
Mhm.
And so, one summer, she sent me to culinary school and, like, paid for my culinary school, and I just fell in love,
Mhm.
and went to my senior year of college, and then came back and was like, "I need to do culinary school."
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so you did culinary school. Where'd you go?
I went to Laney College.
Laney College. What's that?
Yeah. It's like a
Where's that?
community college right on
Mhm.
Lake Merritt.
Lake Merritt has a community college?
Yeah, so Lake
What
Merritt's,
the
like, right
fuck?
here, and then
Yeah.
right off of 880 on, what's the exit? It's just right there.
And they have a
It
degree program in culinary or
so
a certificate or
they
what's
have a certificate in
how
culinary.
long?
I did it in a year and a half, typically 2 years.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so what's the program like? Like class internship?
They don't do internships,
Okay.
but they do classes, and so I did, like, 2 classes a semester,
Mhm.
and then I wanted more experience, so they helped me get jobs in the area. So I worked right down the street at Feel Good Bakery for a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Feel Good Bakery.
yeah.
How was that?
It was insane.
Yeah.
The owner was kinda
Busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do a lot of volume.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
It's all good. Yeah. You wanna take a sip of water?
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Water break, baby. Woo! That good
Ever
mountain
since
water.
ever since COVID, like, my voice will just
Yeah.
yeah,
When did you have COVID?
December.
December.
Yeah.
Wow. How was it?
It wasn't bad.
It
It was
wasn't bad.
annoying.
Right.
Like, I got a cough. I had one night where I had, like, the chills and a fever and was,
Mhm.
like, terrible. And then after that, it was pretty much just a light cough,
Mhm.
and, it was insane.
Yeah.
I taught a class from home to a classroom because I was supposed to be there in person but got COVID, and so I was like, "Okay, let's figure this out."
Right.
And it was wild, but happy it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
And so did you lose your taste buds?
Yeah, that's how I knew I had COVID. Because
Mm.
I, like, took a test and it wasn't positive,
Right.
and I was like, "Okay, this
Oh, we
must."
rescheduled the
Yeah,
podcast because of
we
that.
rescheduled
Right,
because of that.
right, right.
Yeah, so I was like, "Okay, I'm not positive, so must just be a cold."
Mhm.
And then, like, 4 days later, I was like, "I can't taste anything." And that's when I was like, "Okay, let me test again to make sure," and it was positive, and I was like,
Damn, son.
"Yeah, yeah." Not ideal, but
Mm.
it
Well,
happened.
you're better now.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, better now.
Seems like we just get COVID now, and we're just like,
Yeah. Yeah,
been
yeah.
there, done that,
Done with it.
you know? Crazy.
Yeah.
And so, Feel Good Bakery, and how was that class, Laney College? Like, how were the chefs? What was the
So
structure of the classes?
I loved it. So they're a community
Mhm.
college, but they focus on trades. So they have like beautician school, they have welding, they have construction, they have,
Really?
and so their whole goal is let's train you on a trade and try to get you your associate's degree at the same time. So if you're like, hey, I want to go do more and like get a job that needs a degree, you can kind of work from there.
Mhm.
And it's really cool because my chef was like, "Yeah, I encourage everyone to get their associates because there's positions I wanted that I couldn't get because I didn't have a degree or
Mhm.
my degree, when she got her degree, got her the position."
Right.
And so I it's the most genius thing I've ever seen
Mhm.
because you can go to school, you can get a degree and get a trade. So if you're like, "Hey, school's not my thing," you
You
can
still got this
go
thing to
you've
fall
got this
back on.
trade, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you're like, "Hey, this trade's not my thing, I wanna go do something else," you've got that associate's degree.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm about to go learn how to cut hair, son.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
do it.
Be a barber on the
Yeah.
have a whole experience. Get your hair
Ooh,
cut
yeah.
on go and be on the podcast.
Ooh.
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
have
that's a great, like, you're, like, massaging the hair, doing the hair wash, we're talking,
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
then
there
you're
you
still
go.
yeah, because you tell everything to your barber and, like
Right, right.
yeah,
It's the
you
confessional, you know?
yeah, you'll get
As
that true
everyone
info.
knows.
The shampoo is really where all the truths come out, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hairdressing Dave. Who knew?
Wow, I'm
Who
excited for this,
knew?
Dave.
Well, I don't know where I was hearing this, but like apparently back in the day, all the hairdressers were like bikers. Like it
Whoa.
wasn't like it is now, where mostly is like gay men. You know,
Yeah.
it's like back in the day was like, you know, dude, like big ass biker dudes that would
Whoa.
like cut hair and be like the salon guys.
Oh, that's
Because I think it was that's some crime documentary I watched, but it was like a guy who had a lot of shit in the 70s, and he was like, "Yeah, I was a hairdresser, blah blah blah. We had this, like my wife was a hairdresser, like we ran this."
wow.
But yeah, he was like, these were the hairdressers at the shop, and it's like a bunch of dudes with big ass mustaches and like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
And
that's
it's like
such a
crazy. Yeah.
different
Yeah,
atmosphere
exactly.
completely,
Different
yeah.
atmosphere, and like you don't really think that. If you don't look back in history, you'll never know like where we came from, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just always find those things interesting, you know.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know? Dope. Where the fuck were we? First car,
Culinary
first job,
school.
culinary
Yeah.
school. Um, did you feel like you needed culinary school? Like now
Yeah.
looking back?
Yes.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Do you still keep up with anybody from culinary school?
yeah, I, like, talk with my instructor all the
Oh,
time,
really?
like,
Okay, got you.
the chef that I worked with the most, me and
Mhm.
her chat all the time, and, like,
True
just
mentors,
true
baby.
yeah, just a
Keeping
great
in touch.
person, and
Yeah.
yeah. But it was cool. I knew a lot about cooking baking going into it,
Mhm.
and so, like, I had good skill sets going into it.
Yeah.
And so I kinda rose to the top of my class in a lot
Mhm.
of ways, and it was great because then the professors would, like, give me more. They'd
Yeah.
start like, "Okay, here, you do this," or, "Hey, can you help me prep for my class because
Mhm.
you're good at what you do, and I know the prep will be good," and
Right.
yeah, and I became a TA through it all, like,
Okay.
just fully in it. I was like, "I wanna be here fully and
Mhm.
learn everything I can," like, I didn't think it was something I would ever do in my life, and the opportunity just came at the right time, and I was like, "I gotta do it now or I'll never do it."
Right.
And so I let it happen. It just took every second of it, and that's where I, like, just gained any knowledge I have. Like,
Mhm.
I am so comfortable doing pastry now because of all the knowledge I took on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so you got out of there, and what did you do from there?
I worked at a credit union.
You worked at a fucking credit union after
Yeah.
culinary school?
Yeah,
Or your
so
parents like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
yeah, what are
Yeah,
you
you're kinda
doing?
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're kinda like,
You were the weird
"Whoa."
uncle at the party for a while, huh? You're
Uh-huh,
like they're
yeah,
like, "What's Uncle Jeremy doing?"
oh,
"I don't know, he got his baking degree, now he's at the credit union."
yeah. Because I'd been doing the bakery, and then I did Feel Good Bakery, I
Right.
worked at Susie Cakes, and I was like, "This is really exhausting.
There's no
I'm
money.
making minimum wage,
Yeah.
like, why am I breaking my back, lifting these, like, 50-pound bowls of batter
Right.
for minimum wage?" Like, and I'm like, "This is not my dream, and,
Yeah.
like, this is not what I thought this would be." And I was like, I think the best
Yeah. All
Oh
good.
my
All good. Let him clear his throat.
thank you. Cool. But I was like, I think my best bet, if I wanna stay in the industry, is either going to hotels or restaurants,
Right.
but I was, like, a real soft person,
Mhm.
and I don't think I have a big enough backbone to go into a kitchen. Like, I was like, "I'll be fucking smeared the fuck out." Like and, like,
Yeah.
I am so harsh on myself, so if I fuck up, I'm, like,
Yeah.
already like, "Oh my gosh, you're the worst human ever,
Right,
like,
right,
you
right,
little
right.
bitch, like, get your shit together." And then to have someone else smear me on top of that, I was like, I'll fucking die. Like, I'll, like,
Straight up
I'll
drop
just,
dead,
like,
son.
die of verbal abuse. And that's, like that's what I knew, and so I was like, I can't I don't think that's gonna work for me."
Yeah.
And so, like, a bakery's obviously not gonna pay me a wage that I wanna, like, buy a Tesla on,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
knew that I wanted the Tesla at that point, so I was like,
True.
"I gotta figure this out." And so, that was, like, right as the pandemic was hitting, and I was, like, in a transitional phase. The college that I had just finished at was like, "Hey, be our office assistant," and so I was helping write recipes, helping do all the food costing,
Mhm.
doing all of the managerial side of it, and I was like, "I love that I get to be in the field doing this, but also, doing something that's from my business knowledge." And so, it was around then that I got a part-time internship at a credit union doing their marketing.
Dope.
Yeah.
What's marketing for a credit union like?
So red tape, so
Yeah.
boring. It's like you wanna grow membership so that you can get more people
Right.
getting loans, and so we're just sending out like, "Hey, our car loan's 2.99% APR."
They
Uh,
just give you, like, the bullet points, like 2.99% APR,
yeah,
and do you draw up the brochures? Like, you, like,
um
get this picture and put this
I worked with a graphic designer to do that.
okay.
So, we had a graphic designer, we would send her, "Hey, here's our idea, here's what we wanna do," and it was interesting, and they wanted me to kind of think about how I can grow us, so I did our social media,
Mhm.
I worked on a few different things, but it was all I would do something, and then my manager would approve it, and
Right.
then it would go, like, potentially to the CEO who would be like, "Okay, this is good, you're good to go, let's send this out."
Mhm.
And so it was just like layers and layers of red tape everywhere, and it was good. I was like, "I think I can see myself in this life."
Yeah.
Like, in terms of I come to my desk, I'm here from 9 to 5:30, I take an hour lunch, like, very regimented
Like,
and
you know where you're at.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "You get this steady paycheck, you're doing this."
Mhm.
It was very regimented.
Mhm. How many years did you do that for?
I was only there for 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
8 or 9
So
months
you
I
got
was
your
there.
paper and you bounced.
Yeah, so I knew it was an internship going into it,
Got it.
and so I was like,
They
"I'm coming."
didn't.
They did. No, they were like, "Oh, you're gone."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
But it was a 6-month internship, but they liked me,
Yeah.
and they knew I was job searching, so like, "Hey, we'll extend another 3 months for you." So I ended up, like, 8 or 9 months, and that's when I, like, connected with Truffle Shuffle and came on as a marketing intern.
Okay.
Yeah.
So marketing intern at Truffle Shuffle. How did you first learn about Truffle Shuffle?
A family friend was doing classes, and
Mhm.
she was like, "Hey, I know you're looking for a job, and I just saw Jason sent out this email about hiring people, so just reach out."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so you go there. What was your interview like?
It was chill. I was in a shirt and tie,
Okay.
like, and if you know Truffle Shuffle, that's
Yeah.
like
Tyler comes out in his hoodie and he's like,
yeah,
"What are you doing?"
yeah. That's so accurate, and so I'm, like, shy and nervous, like, not really having a voice,
Yeah.
and I go in, I'm like, "Hey, this is my experience," and
Yeah.
I can't remember if it might have been this interview, but it was Tyler, Jason, and Sarah,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sitting there chatting. They had me prepare, like, a marketing plan if I was
Uh-huh.
gonna launch a cake class, so I, like, filmed a video of me making a cake and, like, gave the whole marketing plan, and that's what sold me is, like, I showed this really cool cake plan, and it was really
Right,
cool.
right.
Yeah.
Cool presentation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Because you
so
kinda had both aspects that they kinda needed. You need a
yeah.
food background and you needed somebody that understood marketing at that time
Oh,
in the
yeah.
company, you
Yeah.
know?
And it was like I was still really green. I, like,
Yeah.
was I had established myself in food, but wasn't confident,
Mhm.
and then I was very new in marketing and had just done a few internships, done a few projects,
Right.
but I'm always a person who's like, "Well, let's make this shit work and, like,
Right.
make it go." And so I was interviewing with them and interviewing with Google.
Google. To do
Yeah.
what at Google?
to do AdWords. So,
Okay.
like, all those ads that you see on Google,
Yeah.
Google has specialists there who help small businesses build those. So I was essentially gonna help small businesses with their Google ads, getting their ads to, like, the top of the search engine.
Right.
And that was my 2 options. I was like, "Okay, Google or Truffle Shuffle."
Right. And can you explain that process with Google? Like, do you know the process of that? Like how you do that?
S
How you get the small businesses up to the is it just more
so
money? Like
Oh, it's like a lot of little things. So there's, like, changing the way things are phrased. Like, Google
talking like
is
SEO stuff.
SEO stuff. Yeah, SEO
Right.
type things.
Explain that shit to me because I
So,
don't know.
SEO, search engine optimization, is
Mhm.
essentially writing websites and writing content in a way that Google will pick it up and be like, "Oh, this is
This is
relevant, pertinent." So if I'm searching chocolate chip cookie recipe, Susie Baker's blog comes up
mhm.
because Google has searched her site, seen, "Oh, this is relevant, people click on this." All of these little things play into Google saying, "Susie is a 10 out of 10, she's at the very top of the list."
Right.
And so there's that same idea on ads, and it's all about writing the ad. So if you see the Google ad, there's like the headline, there's a subtext, all about writing that in a way that it cues people to click. And if
Right.
Google's like, "Oh, people are clicking like crazy on this
On this
link,"
thing.
they'll put yours up, they reduce the cost and make it more affordable for you because
Right.
they're like, "We want things
Because
to go to customers that they like."
right, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's this whole dichotomy of how do we get people to go to the page? And I think that position was all gonna be small businesses are doing these ads. I work with them as a consultant to be like, "Hey, you're doing this. Let's adjust this or try this."
Mhm.
And I think at the end of the day, it's a service that Google offers to get small businesses to use ads more because they're like, "Oh, Jeremy helped me make this ad. It was really successful. Let me spend more money on my future ads."
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Damn. And where would you work? The Google offices, like, in San Francisco?
Yeah. I
Or
think it
remote?
was the Santa Sunnyvale one or
Sunnyvale.
wherever down south that they are. Yeah.
Got it. And do you think that marketing needs to be learned in school?
I think it's important.
Mhm.
And I think there's a level of learning it in school and there's like skills, but most of it is like learning on the go.
On the go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like principles of business and marketing and everything that you just need to know. You need to know how to communicate to consumers, how to create this consistency in your marketing and create like your brand. And I think school does a really good job of giving you those skills and gives you the data analytics skills to
Mhm.
be able to like, okay, I'm looking at my Google ads and my Facebook ads and all of this and what's the return.
Mhm.
But I think you don't necessarily need school for it. You could take a short class and learn everything you need to know on it.
Mhm. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
But there's also this level of just like, especially now, just being a personable person in a lot of ways, like a lot of marketing is turning into influencer marketing, and
Yeah.
people who have a following have that influence and are able to do things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the celebrity-ish
Yeah.
thing now,
Yeah.
but for regular people.
Yeah.
And you find out I think social media has kinda taught us how large the world is, you know,
Yeah.
and that there and I think there's a misconception that if there's 20 people in a village, say, and like 10 of those people are successful, then the other 10 can't have success. There's like no money for them, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's always money to go around. There's money everywhere. You just got to like go look for it and get it,
Yeah.
you
You
know?
find your area and,
Exactly.
like, just be in your area and
Mhm.
things flow in the right way.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it takes a long time to get there. Like as you know with Truffle Shuffle, it's
Oh, yeah.
been a journey, you know, but
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been there every step of the way. You've seen like a lot of things and their, evolvement,
Mhm.
you know? And so now you're consulting for them. Or what else are you doing on the side?
And so I teach cooking classes. I teach a few at Sur La Table, but I teach at a place called the Civic Kitchen as well. And
Hmm.
so these are all in-person cooking classes. And
How do you book them?
um, I have a regular cadence at Sur La Table that I do. And then with the Civic Kitchen, I work with the owner and just, hey, these are the dates. Let's do these dates for these classes. And it's like a very collaborative process of saying, we think this class will hit well in March. So let's do this March 5th.
Right.
We're going to do this puff pastry class.
Hmm.
And it's just working with them and, creating something. They have a really nice atmosphere and a good community of guests who like to come, so Jen, the owner, is really great at working with the chefs that she works with to create classes that are gonna do well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy and amazing, and I got so good at teaching virtually at Truffle Shuffle, and I love teaching virtually, but there's this other level of, like, insanity when you're teaching in person.
Teaching live, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because everyone's, like, running around, and so my job is, like, let me demo this, explain this, show this, and then kinda let the chaos happen and
Mhm.
run through the classroom like, "Okay, change it this way,
Change
do
this
it
way, do
this
this way,
way.
right.
Yeah, this is your little technique," and it's just cool. It's
Right.
so
Well, they're
cool.
coming for the chaos more than they're coming for the, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the recipe or, like, the eating of it, I guess. Like, they're coming
Yeah.
for that experience, and that's something that I've learned with Truffle Shuffle because 'cause I've done a few events with them where, from my perspective, I'm, like, focusing on the food and the experience where it's like, "No, motherfucker, we just wanna, like, run around and get flour on our face."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "For real?" But I think that's the difference in the people that you serve when you do fine dining in restaurants and
Yeah.
then this company that's doing virtual cooking classes. Like
Yeah.
like you said, guest expectation, consumers, like what are they
It's
like?
so different, and I don't have a ton of fine dining experience.
Mhm.
Everything I've experienced has been truffle shuffle. I wasn't a savory chef before this, and
Right.
now I consider myself like a decent savory
Right,
chef.
right,
Like,
yeah. You
I
could
can
throw down
I
now.
gotta fuck around in the kitchen to make shit happen.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
but, it's so interesting because I learned, like, through teaching and through
Mhm.
entertaining. Because teaching is, like, 50% information, 50% just being engaging and bringing people in and like, let's have a good time. You can do this in the kitchen. Like,
Right.
I'm 50% teacher, 50% like comedian cheerleader. I'm not
Mhm.
the naturaliest funny person, but I can bring a little laughter in a classroom.
Right, right. I
Yeah.
think I think humor is always best when you're not trying anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like when it's forced and like I've tried to do the show when it's scripted and I'm like, this
Oh,
doesn't work. But sometimes when it's not scripted, I'm like super hard on myself. So I'm like, that sucked. But
yeah.
I think that I underestimate the fact that the people that listen to this show like to listen to the show. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Even if I think it's dumb because it's me saying it or like me thinking it, it might be something to somebody else. So,
Yeah.
I just say it.
It's that rawness in
Yeah,
there. Like,
exactly.
if you script something, you're missing so much
Mhm.
of the
And
goodness.
that's not the
And
that's the point of the podcast,
yeah.
right? If you wanna do script, you go TV, movie,
Yeah.
like that type of shit.
But even
Um,
there, like, on TV for, like or I guess I'm talking live shows,
yeah.
it's, like, lightly scripted, but the most entertaining things are when people go off script and are, like,
Mhm.
just being themselves.
Damn right,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
right. Bro, it's just crazy out here, man.
Oh,
And so would you ever do any marketing anymore or, like, work in SEO? Does that still
I
interest you? Is that
I can't imagine it as my life anymore.
right.
The crazy thing so I did 6 months marketing at Truffle Shuffle,
Mhm.
was bringing in treats all the time, and then one day I went on vacation. As I'm coming back, I get an email, "Monday, you're gonna be on the chef team teaching classes." And and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, like, let's try this out," and I was scared because I was like, "Well, this isn't necessarily what I've been planning for my whole life, but let me see what happens," and my first class was like a fucking shit show. I was making gnocchi, I didn't know how to cue people, everyone had gnocchi dough stuck
Mhm.
everywhere, it was wild and insane. But from there, it just got more fun. And I was like, "Oh, now that I'm comfortable teaching, I can start clowning around and seeing if I can make people laugh." And that's, like, my favorite thing is, like, seeing how many Zoom monitors I can make people laugh just saying
Mhm.
random shit that comes to my head, and
Right.
yeah.
I mean, they're really fun, and it's so like you said, live, so if you make a mistake, you just gotta pick up the ball and run. Like,
Oh,
just,
oh, yeah.
make them think that it was part of the show, and even if it wasn't, just like,
Well, one class, I was opening a can of rice,
Yeah.
and I slipped my finger on the rice.
Ooh.
And I'm like, "Well, I can't, like, disappear." So I grabbed a towel and wrapped my hand, and luckily, all the knife skills were done, so we were just stirring risotto at that point, so
Right.
I'm just one-handedly, like, getting everything in the risotto, my other hand's hidden, And then there's like a little intermission. I'm like, okay, let me go bandage myself
Right,
up.
right,
And
right.
like, yeah.
You kept it going,
Yeah,
baby, and
oh,
the
yeah,
guests didn't know.
yeah, no one knew that I had sliced
Yeah.
my hand open and was like,
I did a whole demo for the restaurant Charter Oak, and all the servers and shit were there, and I literally first cut I cut myself. But I just like put a towel on it, used the towel the rest of the time because I was butchering a cut of meat anyway, and nobody knew, but I was like, God damn, probably
oh,
shouldn't have said that's not very sanitary, but
you
I was
know,
like, I had to keep going.
it's
I
gonna
just threw
get
a glove
cooked.
on, pop, glove. I always keep a glove on
Oh
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
in case,
Keep it
you
safe.
never know.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
like there's certain times where you just can't stop to go get a Band-Aid. So you just got to throw a couple gloves on it,
mhm.
you know,
Let it
maybe
be.
tape the wrist and then go to work and then
Yeah.
come back and
And
clean
then
it.
you're in the bathroom and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, geez, it's a
Yeah,
bloodbath
exactly.
in
It's a
here. Yeah.
bloodbath. Yeah. It always looks way worse than it is.
Oh, yeah.
The blood is always like, especially where you cut yourself, like your fingers have a lot of capillaries. So it's like, especially your
Oh.
knuckles. So you cut them and you're like fucking bleeding a lot. And it's like very scary
Like
for
a
a second.
minor
You're like,
nick.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, is something wrong with
I
me?
barely hit
Yeah,
myself.
I'm not
Yeah.
even drunk, It's great.
Yeah.
What's your worst accident in the kitchen you ever had?
Oh, worst accident. Oh, I was boiling potatoes once
Mm.
and I went to grab the pan off the stove and put it in. Oh, this might be number two. But I went to grab the. Sorry, they're all coming to me.
It's all good.
But I went to grab the pot and drain it, and like for whatever reason, I wasn't like handles are gonna be hot, so I just went in with my hands, burnt my fingertips doing that. But I dropped the pot as well, and all the water splashed on my arm. I like
Oh.
blistered all over. That one was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I was taking macaron shells out of the oven and I pulled one out with a hot pad, and for whatever reason, I needed my hand. And so I just transferred the tray into my other bare hand. And I was like, oh shit. And so all my fingertips just like burnt,
Singed.
terrible. Yeah. Yeah.
Not good. Did you drop the macaroons?
I dropped them, but they landed on like the oven door.
Mhm.
And so they lived.
They lived.
Yeah. Made it through. I was not finishing them, but made
Yeah.
it through. Yeah.
Okay, good, good. It's always good. I feel like there's always these like happy accidents in the kitchen, and I call them that because they're not like the most terrible thing, but it's
Yeah.
like when you spill oil, it's like just annoying, like
Gosh.
dangerous if it's on the floor, but if it's like on the table and it goes like down the sides, it's like that's the worst shit ever.
So annoying. Or like in a crevice where you're like, oh, I can't clean.
Yeah,
there."
exactly. Yeah, that's gonna get cleaned in 3 years when we do the deep clean.
Oh, some
Crazy
of the deep
shit.
cleans I've been in, I'm like, yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
The bakery racks are like the worst thing in the world.
yeah.
Because one place I worked rarely got cleaned. And so I was deep cleaning and the tray is just like thick layer of aluminum, a little bit of dust, like wiping them. One of my like least favorite cleaning experiences.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like cleaning so fun, but that was my least favorite.
I've learned that hosing things down in the back is the best. Like other than like sitting there and trying to like scrub everything off, take your rolling racks out back, pressure washer, fucking put them up against the wall and just blast them, and then let them air dry, and then take them back in. I feel like there's like tasks in the kitchen that we're gonna scrub the fuck out of this, and it's like
spray it down.
Yeah, it's like, dude, pour the degreaser onto the hot flat top and stir that shit around. You know what I
Let
mean?
it do
Stir
its
that shit
magic.
around. You know what I mean? And then you fucking scrub that bitch.
Yeah.
But that's not. I don't want to scrub any more flat tops. I'll tell you.
That's fair. Yeah.
At least because sometimes you go into these kitchens in France and it's like everything's black. There's no I feel like it's only a certain level of kitchen, that does it. But there's a lot of Michelin places that have shitty kitchens.
Oh, and they make it happen.
Yeah, and they make it happen. Yeah. It's not the best situation. It's not the nicest. It could be a closet sometimes, and they're doing it in there,
Yeah.
And no one's getting sick. Like, there's no violations. Like, you got to assume that people that are working with food know more than the people that are just walking around with a fucking clipboard. Yeah. Like being health inspectors.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. But at the end of the day, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
Oh.
like nobody wants to get anybody sick. That's like
Yeah.
the true thing.
Oh.
But have I seen some motherfuckers use the bathroom and not wash their hands? I have seen that.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a
yeah. I
no.
watched a dude come in with his apron, lift up his apron, use the urinal, not wash his hands, and walk right back out. And I was like, damn.
Ugh. Yeah.
And
It's a good thing food's cooked.
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, at least,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
don't know,
I
man.
don't like
Sometimes
well
some shit goes down, and I think people have misconceptions about kitchens, and like, you know, sometimes that takeout that you're getting, like that place is not the cleanest place. You
no.
know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're gonna get sick from it, you know, but
Yeah, there's some questionable things going
exactly.
on,
Hey,
but yeah.
whatever though.
I
It's
mean,
all good. You
the
live and learn.
flavor is good, I didn't get sick, and yeah.
But you're always taking a risk.
Sometimes innocence is bliss.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Definitely. There's like I know there's health inspector up in Napa who was like, "Yo, I don't eat at restaurants." He's like straight up because I've seen the worst shit. So it's like I don't
Oh,
feel comfortable eating at restaurants. And I'm like, damn, imagine restaurants being ruined for you.
that sounds
Yeah, it
terrible.
sounds terrible.
Like,
You don't
yeah.
want to go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Um,
I can't imagine just having to, like, cook for myself every day.
yeah, no,
Like,
that's
yeah,
out of the
eh
question.
yeah, not happening.
I go out to eat, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a eater. Where you eating now these days? Have you had any good meals lately?
Um, I like so this is, like, my toxic trait. I
Okay.
can't remember names of places. Like, I, like, go and I'm like, "This was delicious."
Don't know where we
Where
were,
yeah, people will be like, "What do you recommend?" I'm like, this place that was really good, and I got a really nice taco there."
but I don't know where
I,
it
like,
is.
just it's yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Hey, all good.
Yeah.
I can't remember song lyrics anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like I used to be like able to just get them quickly, but now, you know, but most of it's because I listen to the new hip hop these days, and it's like kind of don't need to learn.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's all about the beat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah, exactly. Because they all got the hoes, they all got ops, and they got guns. They don't like you know what I'm saying?
So,
It's all
yeah,
the same shit.
all
Everybody's got
settled.
the same.
I
We know. You know.
I started listening to lyrics, like, in the past 2 years.
Hmm.
I listen to music, like, almost solely for the vibes and the
Okay.
beat and just, like, tuning into it, and,
Hmm.
like, the voice track wasn't necessarily a part of music that I paid attention to.
Right.
In terms of it was just, like, there's the guitar, there's the voice track, there's this, it's just, like, an instrument in there,
Hmm.
and I realized a lot of times I don't even know what a song's about. Like, I can be listening to it, I had 0 idea what the song's about because I
Mhm.
don't pay attention to the lyrics.
Right.
I just listen to the song.
Well, I think at the end of the day, a lot of popular music is written by like the same 10 people, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Like,
who
here
cares about the fucking lyrics if it's the same
yeah,
guy? Like, it can't be that that guy has all, or that lady has all these experiences.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? It's just
uh-huh.
a writer's room. They're getting in there, they're
Yeah,
being creative. And so I think the beat and the physical production of the music is the only thing that's like still kind of true in
yeah,
music
yeah.
versus the words or because the perspective is perspective. So it's like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you can sing about anything. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone has their own lived experiences. And
exactly.
there's music that I'm like, yeah, the lyrics on this, like, hit really well,
Yeah.
but then, most of the time, I'm like, "I'm here. Just chill, listen
Here for the chill,
here
baby.
for the chill."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, how can people book you if they want to
Um,
book you for
Mostly through Instagram
Instagram?
at
Okay.
Jeremy Jarm, and yeah, I do private cooking classes in people's homes, do dinners for people, kind
Hmm.
of do all sorts of things now.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah.
And then what's on the horizon for you? What's next? What are you working on?
Horizon.
Anything cool?
So just finished the Truffle Shuffle cookbook.
Okay.
That's coming this year, and
Mm-hmm.
then this year I'm working on my own cookbook, getting that set up and
Right.
set out, and yeah, that's a
Crazy.
big thing for me.
Yeah.
And then TV this year. Like,
Okay.
I've been talking to a few casting producers, trying to get on a few competition shows, so we'll
Yeah.
see how that happens and
I think you'll
aligns.
do great. You got a
Thank
good smile, good mustache,
yeah,
you know?
the stash is gonna sell it. Yeah.
Definitely, man. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, I always knew you were a star since I met you.
Oh, you're
So,
too kind.
you know,
Too
and I know you're gonna fucking make it out there. And there truly is like a trajectory that you could take going on TV. You know,
Oh,
like we know
yeah.
from Tucker, like you can go get your shit in there,
Oh, yeah.
win, you know, have a huge bump really
Yeah.
quickly, and then be able to figure out where you're at from there. You can charge more money for events,
Oh, yeah.
you know, so hey,
It's the crazy world of, like,
do it, baby.
having an audience,
Yeah.
and yeah, yeah.
Well, you could say you were on Sucio Talk before you became a huge
Ooh,
star,
yeah.
baby.
Hey, honored.
Woo!
So honored. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, baby. Sucio Talk podcast. This has been Jeremy Jarman, Chef Jeremy Jarman. Peace out, everyone. We'll see you next time. Yeah.
Nice.
That was cool, man.
Awesome.
Good one.
Hey.
Good one. I'll make you some short shorts.
Whoa.
It's-
Thank you.
Yeah. No